Cheryl Alderman here from Be Ultimate, business coach, business mentor and life coach, and we're here today to continue with our Be Ultimate at Networking series. Today's topic is follow-ups. Obviously, you've been to your event, you've made some connections, you've got your business cards, you've headed home. The next day you need to be looking at how you're going to follow up with those connections you made. Because if you don't actually do something afterwards, the whole point was wasted, because you want to be creating relationships from those connections you started in the networking event. So the first thing I suggest is that you get together all the business cards you've collected at the event and sit yourself down in front of your computer, hop onto LinkedIn, and everybody who you've had a conversation with who has an account on LinkedIn, request a connection with them. Now, it's really important that you do a personal message when you do this. Don't just do the automatic responder, I'd really like to connect with you on LinkedIn. Add something into the message. It was great to meet you at such and such an event last night. Really enjoyed talking about ... so that it gives them a prompt for who you were and what you talked about, and it also lets them know that you actually paid attention to the conversations you were having with them at the event. Once you've sent that request off for your connection, LinkedIn has this fabulous facility now that you can actually tag that request or that connection with some information. So you can actually tag the person and type in what event you met them at and some of the key conversation topics that you had, so that later on, if it's a month down the track or a couple of weeks down the track and you're meeting up with them, you can actually have a bit of a look and remind yourself what you were talking about with them the last time you connected. You also can put in a reminder to LinkedIn so that it will remind you to get in touch with them in a couple of weeks' time. That's really helpful too. If they don't have contact on LinkedIn and you can't request a connection, then I would suggest you either email them, and most business cards have email addresses on, or just pick up the phone and give them a call. Some people prefer to do that anyway. It's up to you, very much up to yourself. But same thing as on LinkedIn. Remind them of some of the things you were talking about on the night or at the event. And if you promised anything to them, for example, perhaps you were talking about a particular need in their business and you said, I've got someone really great who does that sort of thing for me. Make sure that you actually send through the information that you promised or follow through on any promises that you made. People will notice and it helps accelerate that connection. Hopefully that's helpful. Follow-ups are one of the things that people overlook the most, and they're probably the single most important thing you can do after when you've attended a networking event. Really, really important, because if you're going to an event, it's to make connections and create relationships. If you don't follow up and do that and create that next level in the relationship, then you probably haven't created much of anything. And we want you all to be ultimate at networking, because ordinary is overrated. See you at the next segment.